Anybody can change if they want to. Anybody can put good into the community if they want to. It's a choice that they make. We all have choices. We just got to make sure we know when to make the best choices at the best times. B&B boxing.
I don't think Terence is playing. Listen, he's a serious man. He's given the game so much. Congratulations to you, Terence Crawford, bro. Whatever you want to do, I support it. I think you deserve it.
People who lived through their eras will say, you ain't beating that guy. And Terence Crawford's one of those guys.
The boxing world is buzzing after Terence Crawford officially announced he is retiring from the sport and also turning down a rematch offer from Canelo Alvarez. To start things off, Terence Crawford confirmed his retirement in a post on X where he said he is stepping away happy with everything he has accomplished and believing he has nothing more to prove. That message quickly caused strong reactions from fans, with some praising the decision and others refusing to accept that this is really the end. Terence shared a tweet saying he is walking away as a great with nothing left to prove. Crawford said the love and support from his fans has meant everything to him, and he described his career as a tough but fulfilling journey. He explained that staying focused, trusting himself, and pushing through hard moments is what helped him reach the very top.
Happy for this moment. I'm happy for, the support that Omaha has been giving me over the years. I would say I'm blessed. It's been a roller coaster, but, we made it to the top. No matter how we made it, and, it's definitely a test to say that anything is possible if you, work hard at it and you believe in yourself and you have the faith to keep going no matter what the obstacles is put in front of you, and you can achieve anything.
As the retirement news spread, Ellie Scottney praised Crawford for stepping away while still at the top, calling it the perfect example of leaving the sport on his own terms. She pointed out his rise from having nothing to becoming the best and described his retirement as a rare moment that will shape his legacy and be remembered in boxing history. She shared how powerful the moment felt, saying it showed the true meaning of walking away on top, and thanked Crawford for what he gave to boxing. At the same time, Clarissa Shields reacted with strong emotion, congratulating Crawford while admitting the news was difficult to accept. She said she felt both sad and happy, praised him for earning everything in his career, and called him one of the greatest to ever do it. Gareth A. Davies also reacted, saying the announcement was surprising given Crawford's unbeaten record and success in multiple weight divisions. He referenced Crawford's rise after the Ricky Burns win and his recent fight.
It's a shock. Terence Crawford, as you say, 42-0, 3-weight undisputed champion, 5-weight world champion. He first came to our attention beating Ricky Burns in Scotland at lightweight. He's just had that massive fight, which was also on Netflix, like this one is on Friday night, with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he's saying he wants to keep his legacy intact, wanted to go out undefeated. Gents, I think this is a tactic to get more money, in my view. I think it's a tactical affair because he's supposed to be fighting Canelo again in September. So I just think he's stepped away so that people try and draw him back with a big truckload of cash.
He added that Crawford still has everything needed to compete at the very highest level and pointed to his strong showing against Canelo as proof. He also mentioned Crawford's growing power and respect within the sport and said that even if this truly is the end, he believes Crawford leaves boxing.
He's got the physical charisma in his switch-hitting style. He's an amazing boxer. He completely outboxed and befuddled Canelo in that fight back in September that we were at for TalkSport. I think he will do it again. I just think he's capable of he's become a bigger personality in the sport. He's one of the favoured sons of Turkey Al-Sheikh. I think they'll get him back. If he does walk away, though, at this point, and we don't see him again, he's got an incredible legacy as the pound-for-pound #1 right now.
Meanwhile, Mike Kopinger also congratulated Crawford on an amazing career and reflected on speaking with him years ago before he reached the biggest stages in boxing. He said Crawford showed clear talent even back then, though very few could have predicted he would become one of the all-time greats. Mike shared that he knew Crawford would be very good early on, but never imagined how high his career would reach. Teddy Atlas also shared his thoughts, praising Crawford's career and saying it was an honor to watch his rise and success. He added that seeing Crawford leave the sport as a champion on top feels like the perfect ending to a special journey. In addition, Jillian Love reacted to the retirement, saying he believes Crawford is serious about stepping away. He praised Crawford's.
What you want to do, I support it. I think you deserve it. You're blessed with many great fights, bro. At the end of the day, your accolades will never be replicated, brother. And you finally got your best dude, so respect to you, man. Enjoy life outside.
Next, Lou DiBella shared his thoughts on X, saying that if Crawford's decision holds it locks in his status as one of the all-time greats. His reaction reflected the deep respect coming from across the boxing world and showed just how highly Crawford's career is valued within the sport. Lou said that if this truly is the end, Crawford retires as one of the greatest fighters to ever wear boxing gloves. Max Kellerman also weighed in, saying that very few fighters have ever been able to truly compete with Crawford across all the weight classes he has dominated.
Junior welterweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight. Madrimov came closest. He's still like, Crawford won the fight decisively, but that's the closest anyone's ever really come to being competitive with the guy. And then to have your biggest victory, to look as good basically as you've ever looked, to have all these opportunities in front of you, and to say, not just walk away theoretically on top, but actually on top. He's actually on top. He's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He does not look like he's deteriorated over time. He just had his biggest win. He is now among the biggest stars in boxing, and he's walking away. And that might be the only time in the history of boxing that's ever happened.
He added that Crawford fits into a rare group of fighters where fans who lived through the era truly believe no one could have beaten him. Kellerman said that people who watched Crawford's career as it happened will always stand by the belief that he was unbeatable and completely untouchable during his.
Some guys people who lived through their eras will say, you ain't beating that guy.
Yeah.
And Terence Crawford's one of those guys. He's one of those guys. The people who watched him through this era will swear up and down no one could have ever beaten him.
Furthermore, Tony Bellew called the news huge for boxing and praised Crawford as a rare and special talent. He said Crawford was a fighter who never truly reached a limit and reflected on how long fans waited to see him in the biggest fights. Bellew congratulated him and encouraged him to enjoy life at the top after stepping away. He shared that one of the greats has retired and described Crawford as an elite talent who was always chasing major fights and deserved to enjoy his success. Christina Ponder also shared her view, saying Crawford's choice makes complete sense considering everything he has achieved. She pointed out how rare it is to leave the sport undefeated, financially secure, and still at the top, and she reflected.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What more does he need to accomplish? I mean, to be able to go out in your respective sport at the top of your game, silence any doubters, undefeated, making a shit ton of money, like, it doesn't get much better than that. With your wits about you, to go back to your children and to your family. I mean, he did it his way, he always had, and it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me, so I wish him the best. Obviously had a pleasure covering his career in my days with Top Rank, in his days there, and I'll never forget the Breedis Prescott fight and just the skyrocket he was on from that point, and he gave us so many great moments, and I wish him nothing but the best, honestly.
It did not stop there, as Jake Paul jumped in and made it clear he is not fully convinced Crawford is done for good. He suggested the announcement might be a smart move rather than a final decision, and hinted that a fight between them could still happen down the road. His comments quickly added a new layer of debate.
I think it's cap. I don't think he's actually retiring, but it's a smart move by him.
Are you going to pull him out of retirement and you're going to face Terence Bud Crawford?
I'll fight Crawford 100% next year. He already was down this year, but we're going to make it happen next year.
And when it comes to Jake, the focus now turns to his fight this week, a matchup that is already exciting fans and creating even more talk about what comes next. Jake shared that going into the fight, he feels surprisingly calm, explaining that the bigger the moment, the more relaxed he becomes.
I would say footwork, defense, having the experience on the fight night, staying calm, jab, combinations, body work, countering, feints, like just a lot of stuff, you know. We're constantly improving.
He added that even though the odds are against him, he believes he is the better boxer than AJ, joking that Joshua could use some dance lessons. Jake said his plan is to train with the right sparring partners to copy AJ's style, but once in the ring, he intends to go out and show off his own skills.
Yeah, on paper, the cards are stacked against me. But really, in terms of boxing, I'm a better boxer than AJ, which is like hilarious to say. But he's got 2 left feet. He's stiff. If I was his coach, I'd put him in a dance class first before trying to box. And really just bringing in the right sparring partners to help me prepare so that I can get looks that are similar to him. And that's really just been the strategy, but I'm just going to go in there and display all my skills.
Jake said that his career from business to content has always been built on strategy and that he has AJ exactly where he wants him. He promised fans that every move is planned and that Joshua will be exposed in the fight on Friday. Fans are now excited to see if Jake's strategy will actually work in the ring.
Everything in my career, from business, content, all the things that I do, I'm a strategist. I've got him exactly where I want him. I've got him at the perfect moment. Everything I do is calculated, and he's gonna be exposed on Friday.
On the other side, Anthony Joshua is just as fired up. Talking about the big matchup on paper, he made it clear that holding back is not an option and said that even though he was raised to be respectful when it comes to the fight, it is all about getting the job done. Joshua said he is ready to give everything and do whatever it takes to come out on top.
And that is Jake. It's just, do you know, I was actually looking at myself today. I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am. And this is just the job I do, so let's go.
Moving on, when Joshua was asked to rank Jake Paul against the fighters he has faced, he didn't give a direct comparison, but said that Paul reminds him of someone at the very beginning of his own journey.
Where would you rank?
At the start of my career. Yeah, he'll be someone that I would have fought early on in my career. And yeah, I got a lot of experience now. But yeah, someone at the start of my career, I'd say. But I don't know who to say exactly. But maybe someone at the start of my career.
Jake Paul seems confident but focused, knowing this isn't just a game. He's aware that some people have questioned him and told him he's never faced a real fighter, and maybe some of that got into his head. Still, he's calculated and believes he can do well in the fight. If he wins, he knows the praise will be huge and he can pick future opponents. But he also understands the danger he's stepping into. He's not underestimating Anthony Joshua and knows what's coming on December 19th in Miami. Derek Chisora also weighed in, saying that if Joshua lets the fight go 8 rounds with Paul, it would be unacceptable. Chisora insisted that AJ must go in and finish it quickly with a knockout, warning that dragging it out would be a serious problem for boxing. He believes Joshua has the power and skill to end the fight decisively and make it look easy. Jake, meanwhile, is confident that a win over AJ will leave a lasting mark. While he respects Joshua as a legend and future Hall of Famer, he believes a knockout will impact AJ's legacy and define his own rise in boxing.